And wait just a moment. Clean up this. Hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. And welcome to another Fan Art Friday, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for over a year and counting, because the daily stream streak does remain strong, I'm here to open my office doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e., fandom. Either way, we are here for the next approximately 50 minutes to share the fan art from the Site 42 community, followed by a little bit of general Q&A. But before I begin that process, let me start with a little bit of housekeeping. Bored as hell! Congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e., congratulations on being first chatter. Then Rune, Captain Evil Greasy John, Amber, Silent Follower, Pixel Paradin, Aoki, Anomalous Hodge, Coolman Fight. Everyone who I've just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site 42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, 100 stars, Dr. Val, Ghost Rider, Alpha 1, some person perhaps, Not a Chaos Insurgency Spy, Site 19, 953, X Gamer, Leith Pierre, Cheese 400, R2 Stun, Dr. Beef Harrow, Building Block, and the Owl Eye. Everyone who I have just named, thank you, interns, for being here punctually, and thank you for being here today, just for being you. Now, a reminder. Today's stream is sponsored in that we are sponsoring the upcoming SCP Containment Breach the movie, which you see the numbers going up as we see it. But it is not going up fast enough. We need more shares, more donations. SCP Containment Breach the movie could be in theaters, but only if we do our job. Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. I just happened to go see the Backrooms movie yesterday. And I can report, it was a damn fine movie. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Good work, Kane Pixels Parsons. Good work, A24. But I will not sit here and watch our younger siblings get feature films and not the SCP Foundation. We were first. We're the older sibling. We have to win. We have to get a movie in theaters pronto. And this is our next best hope. And so everyone, donate to the Kickstarter. It is linked in the pinned chat. It is also linked in the description of this VOD. Share it everywhere. The more, the merrier. Now, as always for Fan Art Friday, I am going to run down the fan art first, at which point I will get to the donations, the member messages, and then general Q&A for the remaining time. So let's start with the standard Fan Art Friday roster. Actually, let's not start with the standard, because I'm making a special exception and sharing something from Desk. Desk has sent us something special that I'm going to start with today. This includes art from our very own Minty Andrea. So to start, let me full screen this properly. The Desk, for those of you who are unaware, has a Tumblr and is active on Tumblr. I don't know a lot of people who are active on Tumblr, but the Desk is active on Tumblr. And we have a Desk post asking Clef, do we have any nicknames for SCP-166? Sugar, Precious, Sweetheart, Princess, Mare, Bumble, Sweetie, the only reason I'm still breathing, Cupcake, Wonderful, Meridiana Wojciechowski Clef, when she's in trouble, which is never. And you have a response of, oh no, face. But it gets better, because Minte Andrea apparently brought us, oh no! That is a brilliant interpretation of the meme for SCP-166. Good work. Much appreciated. That is a special brought to you by the Desk of ALTO Clef, Clefmunity on Tumblr. Now, we move over to the standard Fan Art Friday Fair. Starting with Captain Evil Greasy John. Evil Greasy John has brought to us some fan art. Let's see what we've got. We have got all sorts of anomalies in here. I don't know what G106 is, but I do see... I'm not sure what's happening here. I don't know that part of the lore. SCP-00 something is behind this staircase. I don't know what the staircase is either. SCP... that's 002. That's 002. I see it now. It's not the stairs. It's the living room. Not the living room where you watch TV. The living room as if it's alive. Yes. There's a candy bowl. 018, the Super Bowl. 527, Mr. Fish. The property of Dr. Wondertainment. The doorman's down here. 999's down here. There's a lot of good stuff. 939 looking all... I'm going to speak in your voice and then kill you. Great work here, and you even gave us a little behind the scenes of... This is the dilapidated space I run to do art. Because inspiration will show up everywhere. Good work, Captain Evil Greasy John. Good work, good art. Next up, we have Wacky Clown. Wacky Clown. You asked if there was an art limit. The art limit is please put it all in one email. So you did a good job. You sent multiple pieces, but they are all in one set here. Now, the whole lot of text on one of these images, we're gonna balance that out, but you were funny enough that I'm gonna read it. So good job, you kept my interest. I'm gonna have to do monologues for you now. Dramatic monologues. You're welcome. And it's important to explain one of these pieces. So let's start with the easy stuff from Wacky Clown. Wacky Clown has brought to us a very viscerally burnt Dr. Sumerian. Damn, son. You really got it in this universe. Uh-oh. Then we have some bird-brained bastard or something. I don't know. I know it's the Plague Doctor. I know. Don't know why you're fans of him and all. Next up, we have SCP-166 looking very strong. The second anomaly I was ever able to interact with was redacted. My daughter. I say interact, but I'm still immune to her anomaly. I knew it was something something. I say her. She had her mother's eyes. She's my only proof that there was a man named ALTO, Clef, something something stuck in his elbows as the foundation, afraid that every male in the world, blah blah blah. They call her a succubus. What a joke. She was a succubus. It would be the other way around. My daughter, who you know is 166. So there's a lot of. Is this from the old version or is this from the new version? I haven't read the new version in a while. Or is this from a tale? I'm not sure what the source of this is, Wacky Clown. You'll have to tell me about this. But it is a damn fine photo. It is a damn fine photo, that's for sure. It's Clef from the suicide note. I got you. I got you. Thank you, Desk. Our resident Clef knower. Now, this next one is not a photo. It's a lead-in to a photo. So let me deliver this monologue as only I can, and then I will reveal the photo. Dr. Sherman's brow furrowed slightly as he walked into the room, coffee in hand. As expected, everything was in order, just as he left it during his preparations. But that didn't ease his mind much from what he was being made to do very shortly. He still very much hated every bit of this. Brilliant. He muttered under his breath in annoyance. Of all the things he could be spending his time on, and he had to set it aside to do this. He stepped in further, shutting the door behind him with a swing of his foot, and took a sip of his coffee. The lukewarm liquid settled idly on his tongue, the taste just as bitter and unremarkable as ever. If he had it his way, he'd be sipping on liquor instead. But the Foundation didn't exactly allow alcohol consumption on company time. And ever since those self-important pricks at Site 19 had decided 294 apparently belonged to them, there wasn't exactly a discreet way for him to get his hands on the stuff during work hours anymore. Just brilliant. He sat down on the sofa against the break room's wall. Maybe not the best place to be doing this, but he needed somewhere more comfortable than his own office for this. Which, as far as he was concerned, he was entitled to given the circumstances. The doctor leaned forward slightly as he set the cup of liquid onto the coffee table next to... His eyes widened slightly behind his sunglasses. Why was the man wearing those indoors is anyone's guess. And he had to do a double take at the sight of what had been left next to his laptop. He blinked once, then a second time as he picked up the bright blue sticky note. Winky emoticon. Figures he'd mock him at a time like this. God damn it, Clef. He whispered under his breath, grabbing the ukulele and tossing it to the side of the couch opposite him. He didn't need this right now. Turning his attention back to the laptop in front of him, he considered his options, thoughts returning to the task at hand. He hadn't had the time to properly write anything down in preparation. But now, after putting it off for so long, the idea of doing this whole thing on the spot seemed, admittedly, a bit short-sighted of him. Well, it didn't have to be perfect so long as he got people to shut up. Opening the laptop, he sifted through the various tabs before finding what he needed. With one final sigh, long and deep with annoyance and exhaustion, he leaned back, straightened his posture, and clicked the record button. Hello, my name is Dr. Theron Sherman, Director of Site 42. He paused for a moment, trying and failing to conceal his scowl. And today, I'm finally going to be addressing the false allegations levied against me through misuse of SCP-7777. And if we look at the photo that follows this piece of fan fiction. Oh dear God. Oh no. It's too perfect. First of all, let me tell you, Site 42, 0.8 subscribers. Less than a person subscribes to me. What? 4 views 1 month ago. Nobody cares. Addressing SCP-7777 allegations. Yes, Alto, I did in fact need to borrow your ukulele. I'm sorry. And, you know, I'm kind of digging the kind of dirtbag Dr. Sherman aesthetic this is giving me. Kind of like Aizawa from Hiroaka. This is really fire. I'm digging this. This is great. This is Wacky Clown. You fucking crush this. I usually do not like a lot of text in my Fan Art Fridays. I like being able to get to the art. But wow, when you crush it this hard, I can't refuse. So good, Wacky Clown. Thank you for that. I might need to make Dirtbag Dr. Sherman my avatar on something for a bit. That's too good. And yes, that is canon to SCP-7777 if you read it. Which, in case you're unfamiliar, SCP-7777 is related somewhat to the lore of SCP-8980 tangentially. So you'll get a little background information on that, as well as why I had to make a YouTube apology to the Foundation. Thank you, Wacky Clown. You did excellent work. Scarlet Fox, you are our next Fanartist. Scarlet Fox has brought to us Microwaving the Boy. The boy's in a microwave. That's a tiny, sad clef in the microwave. Doesn't need much explanation. Good work, Scarlet Fox. Next up, Some person perhaps has brought us the next series of Fanarts. Let's see what we've got. Dr. Alto Clef in seeming watercolor. Looks pretty good. Dr. Benjamin Kandaraki. Also, the colors are very nice. SCP-105, codename Iris. Why are they all floating heads? Stylistic. Interesting. And then finally, Agent Dmitry Strelnikov as a reference sheet. Very good work. Some person perhaps. I'm interrupting this because I see a good question that I really want to answer. Intern Mr. Ice. What you're looking for is it's a stop sign that we discovered. So everything has a percentage of anomaly on the planet in this particular universe of SCP. And so even the most mundane objects are 0.001% anomalous in some way. And so only past a certain rating do we consider it anomalous. There is one stop sign in that universe that is completely normal. A 0 rating. The only thing that is a 0 rating. I don't remember its number. I don't remember its name. Desk, if you can get that for me real quick. But that's that. Meanwhile, some person perhaps, thank you for pointing out that that's not watercolor, it's inks. Interesting colored inks. Very nice. All right. Next up on our list is Alki. Alki, you have flipped the script from last submission. Now we have SCP-073. It's Kane. And now Kane is getting the tiny squishy head pats. Very good. Now the brothers are equal. I'm sure this will not stop them from fighting. But good work. Next up is Dr. Val. Dr. Val. A slight content warning for horror kind of imagery. Beware. Beware, it's not too bad, but it is a little spooks. We have Alto Clef, Dr. Alto Clef, Dr. Theron Sherman, and Dr. Iceberg. Veritably, the creep cycle. Very good work, Dr. Val. Why do you always say my name like that? That's just the way I talk. That's just the sound of my voice. That's all. Good work, Dr. Val! Desk, thank you for finding the answer for me. SCP-6383 is the one true anomaly, Mr. Ice. SCP-6383 is what you're looking for. Next up, Intern Grimm, aka Intern Daniel Crosslover. Intern Grimm is Intern Daniel Crosslover. Got it. And what we have is another Dr. Sherman as a unicorn. I'll find you, and when I do, you'll scream. Bro, what the fuck? Also, I very much like the detail that this is definitely the same bracelets and watch that is on my wrist. The necklace. You've got details, kid. You got details. Very good unicornification. Dream of unicornification. Good work. Good work, Grim. I will try to remember that intern Daniel Crosslover is intern Grim. If you want to change your user handle to make that easier for me, I would appreciate it. But I guess you don't have to. I'll try my best. There's a lot of people and a lot of nicknames in chat. Last but not least, we have submissions from Froy. Froy has brought to us researcher James Talleyrand and Dr. Alto Clef. And I gotta tell you, I'm loving the colors on here. The collage aesthetic. Very good, Froy. Looking a sharp. And Sci42 staff, that is the end of our Fanart Friday for today. Congratulations to all of our excellent fan art submissionists. We had a good haul this week. And so thank you for your effort and art. The SCP community is an art community, and we will always encourage growth as an artist, work as an artist, and trying our best to survive as starving artists out there. Now, we will transition into our general Q&A. We have approximately 30 minutes left in this stream. I am now going to catch up on the donations that came in during the fan art, and then we will have general Q&A for the remainder of stream. Starting with Aoki. Thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. They are now a 1-star ranked Containment Hazard Assessment Team. I wonder how powerful they will become before the end of stream. Captain Evil Greasy John, thank you for your 6 months as a Mobile Task Force Captain here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Hi, Shermo. Shermo? Interesting. I will downgrade to level 1 soon. Can't pay much anymore. 11th grade and enjoying hide and seek with my class. Late night at a school party. Well, take care of yourself. Don't get injured in the dark. And yes, thank you for your generosity thus far. And thank you for still maintaining some donation even as you can't at the full level you've been at, because yes, times are tough right now. I understand it. We thank you for your generosity at all. It's much appreciated. A little from a lot of people. That's how Site 42 and the SCP community both survive. So we thank you for your generosity up to now and your generosity in the future. Goldman Fight, thank you for your first 3 donations to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a rucksack of picnic lunch on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, I already shared the news about the SCP movie on the Discord servers I'm on. I hope that brings some funding to the SCP movie. That's what heroes do, Coleman Fight. Very good. If you need booze, seek me out. I might have some. You know, once I am done with this health kick, I'll take you up on that. 682 versus Godzilla, who would win? Depending on which lore you're going into, I mean, 682 sweeps early Godzilla, but now that Godzilla has, like, an outer being as well that's fueling it, my estimation is 682 comes from a higher being, because it's a different aspect than Godzilla's outer being's aspect. The lore is insane. I think 682 wins. Blue Phantom, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a burrito on your way past the commissary. How are the pets of interest, and have we seen Shermiku yet? I've been waiting to see it, and how is your desk day? Blue Phantom, there was no Shermiku in the Fanart Friday email. We did not receive a Shermiku. Is it spam? Did we miss it? While Desk checks the spam, Desk has a point of view on Godzilla, and since he is a more expert on it, let's see what he has to say. I would say most Godzillas would be a draw for 682, except Shin Godzilla would be the hardest for it to beat, due to them both having the same adapted mutations. However, 682 adapts much faster, so that would likely end in an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario. Alright, good to know. Good to know. Amber, thank you for sending sunshine on a cloudy day to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they are getting their recommended daily allotment of vitamin D as we speak. Do you remember the hand spider? Intern Foxclaws. The floating hand spider is over at the super cool petting zoo. You can visit it at any point, provided you get some amethyst from the geology department so you don't get your face eaten. Well, that makes sense. Anyways, Dr. Sherman, I found the necklace on Amazon and Etsy. Which one should I buy from? I believe Etsy is better for sellers than Amazon. So to support the artist who is making them, I suggest Etsy. Desk has confirmed that there is no Shermiku in the Fanart Friday email, Blue Phantom. Did you send it to the wrong email, perchance? Double check that for us. I was talking about the Shermiku by Opal Suya. Okay, Opal. Did you send it to the right email? Because again, whoever it was from, Desk did not find any Shermiku in the Fanart Friday email. So if it was sent to the wrong email, then we don't have it. Who wins? SCP-5514, Gypsy Danger, or AVO-01? Intern Rex, based on my barely knowledge of Jaeger technology, not my field of study, I would say 5514 wins because it has much more anomalous technology. The Avas get destroyed in every other episode. They get disabled. And while the Jaegers from Pacific Rim are in a great, what's the phrase I'm looking for? A great feat of human technology. They are not considered anomalous. They are just big-ass robots with a slightly advanced tech. So 5514, the Dragon Slayer, sweeps. No question. Nice pen. Thank you, intern Shadow Clone. It is from the Games Developer Conference. That is not GOC, that is GDC. From when I went to go hang out with the team from, that was the SCP 5K team. So Afray Interactive. I went to go visit them while they were in town. Oh yeah, me and Froy sent it in. Froy's was last week. Did you send it to... and you sent it to the Fanart Friday email. You're confirmed. SCP-6113-3 is just a normal human. How can it be that she got an SCP classification? Intern Bone Crusher, SCP-6113-3 was a special case because they were affected by an anomaly in a way that would prove that anomalies exist to the public. No one gets insta-transitioned of their gender in one day. And so if we had released SCP-6113-3 to their family, everyone would know something was hinky with that situation. Therefore, we had to contain them for those purposes. It's not great, but it's what we had to do because of the badness of the situation. The likes, Dr. Sherman. Well, intern Hunter Mark, you are correct. We have a nice amount of likes, which is more than the amount of viewers we have. So congratulations, Site 42 Containment Hazard Assessment Team. The more you hit that like button, the more that the algorithm brings us more folk who might be interested in the SCP Foundation, especially with how well the Backrooms movie is doing. People are going to be hungry for internet horror, and the SCP Foundation is the biggest buffet around. Okay, so guys, got to tell you something. Happy early Pride Month, less than a week. Well, thank you, SCP-008-J, codename Jeff. That's very kind of you to wish the L's, the G's, the B's, the T's, the Q's, the I's, the A's of the Containment Hazard Assessment Team a happy Pride Month. Very good stuff. I've seen some talk about the Pride Month feature on the SCP database. Now, we will be still doing daily streams. I will not be reading every daily Pride Month article because as we've experienced with This Is My Jam Con, there is a whole lot of reading involved in some of these articles, and not often do I have time to do a whole reading, such as today. And so we will be highlighting them, but we won't be reading them all. That'll be for you guys. How do I get a job at the SCP Foundation? Oh, you sweet summer child, intern just there. You must have just undergone amnestic treatment because you've forgotten that you are a member of the Foundation. After all, everybody who sees this broadcast is a member of the SCP Foundation. We do not broadcast to civilians because that would reveal normalcy, that would break the veil. No, we need to make sure that only Foundation staff members see this broadcast. Now, in some multiversal planes, the SCPs are allowed phones, which I think is terrible, but I guess that's fine. Of course, we have SCPs who have shown their loyalty enough to be staff members there in stream. We have multiverses where the veil is broken. And so there I am broadcast such as a PR person telling about how good a job the Foundation's doing so they can keep funding us so we can secure, contain, and protect the anomalies for them. Coleman Fight, thank you for donating again to say, my booze cabinet have 3 different rums, a brandy, a whiskey, mead, dry gin, and a moonshine. And 5th of June is Denmark Constitution Day. Well, I hope you celebrate responsibly and get some good R&R. Take care of yourself on that holiday. Question, does music count as fan art, or will Sherm's terminal crash an audio file? Well, if it's dropped in a YouTube link, much like the videos, then it will be soundable. The problem is music tends to be a little too long for Fan Art Friday. Because how long is the song? Like 5 to 10 seconds? That's not really music. Even videos, we want to keep them shorter so we're not taking forever on Fan Art Friday, and so that we can get to everybody and not miss anyone. So that is what I would worry about when it comes to music, so to speak. But I would listen to a clip and send people to it if they want to hear the whole thing. So that could be useful. Dr. Sherman, can you give me a really good hub or series to read in the SCP Wiki? My canon or hub for the day for you is I want you to go read the stories from Dread and Circuses. Dread and Circuses is a Herman Fuller's Circus of the Disquieting, Dr. Wondertainment crossover canon that gets rather interesting. I went over this in stream years ago, but it's pretty good stuff. Desk recommends the Resurrection canon, because he's a basic bitch. His words, mostly. Mine, I added the word bitch. Blue Phantom, thank you for donating again to say. I got someone saying they're from the Anti-Memetics Division. We don't have an Anti-Memetics Division. Wait, what was I talking about? 999 is happy and safe. You missed your Nestix treatment, haven't you? Head over to Medical. They will get you back on track. Take your Nestix. Someone asked if we have a Discord server, and the answer is yes, but the caveats are A, that you need to be a 18-year-old person or older to join, because as a reminder, the SCP Foundation, to join the wiki, you must be 18 or older, because there's a lot of graphic violence and graphic sexuality on the SCP database. It's a rated R fandom, so keep that in mind. And if you are going to join the Discord server, you have to find it first. It's an Easter egg hunt. But we do have a hint at the end of stream, which is in about 17 minutes. So you could wait for a little bit. Intern Sangalang. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. How would I get promoted? Well, intern V2, you are currently a white name, so you would either become a level 1 researcher, a mobile task force captain, or an overseer by becoming a green name member of the Site 42 channel. That's how you get promoted from intern at Site 42. Can I see the half cat now? I would like to give it cheese. Intern just there. Because of what you had said, no, you are not permitted. No cheese for Josie. She gets the dairy poots, and then we're all upset. I think I was 12 when I first found out about the SCP Foundation, or was I 8? I don't remember. Yes, intern Hunter Mark, because of unfettered access to the internet, a lot of people learn about the SCP Foundation probably younger than they should. And I do hope that every one of those people who is below the age of 18 but observing the SCP fandom, including our channel, make sure that their parents know what they're watching. It's like a rated R movie. If your parents are cool with it, then it's fine, and then watch out for content warnings. How does a cat with no butt get cheese poots? Intern DJ, if only we knew. Some anomalies, science just can't explain. That's why they're anomalies. Still stinky. Dr. Golden, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a crepe on your way past the commissary. Someone is putting images of 096 in Site 42 again. Shoot them. Shoot them. In the face. With prejudice. And then take down those pictures. Dr. Sherman, is there an Australian SCP channel perchance? Intern Mary, I am unfamiliar with any Australian SCP tubers. But do let me know if you find any. You recommended Mr. Hands for my superhero tale. The main antagonist can bring characters from SCP-specific lower pataphysical worlds into the main one, and Mr. Hands is pulled from a theater screen. That's awesome. That Do Not Go Gentle into That Shark Night is a movie in your universe. That's so cool. I want to see the movie poster for Do Not Go Gentle into That Shark Night. The Shark Punching Center with their fists and their weapons. The Lawn Flamingo SCP-1507s. Mr. Hands looming in the background, kaiju style. That's probably so sick. When was this live stream recorded, Dr. Numbers? Intern Comdoc. What do you mean recorded? It's currently being recorded, so I guess Friday, May 29th. We have been live every day for the last year, a month, 2 weeks, and a day. A year, a month, 2 weeks, and a day. And none of it has been pre-recorded. A thank you. Otherwise, we could not respond to you all in real time. Y'all remember that streamer who pre-recorded a stream and then claimed that they couldn't see the chat because there was errors? And then they used the pre-recorded stream as an excuse to go murder their spouse / girlfriend? Fucked up world, man. Also, there's the scammers right now who are using pre-recorded streams promising Robux if you donate to them. And those scammers are getting called out pretty well right now. So yeah, as always, watch out what you intake on the internet. Be a trusting person, but always be like 10% suspicious. You never know, man. Don't let paranoia ruin your life. But, ugh. That streamer had a YouTuber I watched as a chat moderator, and so he quit YouTube and sucks because he was innocent. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, don't be a dick because being a dick ruins your life and the people around you. Rule 0 of the SCP Wiki. Don't be a dick. Dr. Golden, thank you for donating again to say, found that in another multiverse I work for the Global Occult Coalition. Oh my god, the versions of me from the Global Occult Coalition are insufferable. They never stop yelling. And that's coming from me, the theater guy who always speaks with the caps lock on. Never stops yelling. Same with the Shark Punching Center variant. Ugh. I glued a picture of SCP-096 on SCP-173 because it is funny. Intern Sheepman, your prank is old and played out and actually not funny at all. Everybody does that because they think they're funny. Now you're going to be a D class, which I think is funny. And the rest of chat thinks it's funny too. This is what you get for your unoriginal comedy. Best of luck to you in your next test. In a parallel reality, you are the Scarlet King. 343. When you say it, I believe it even less than when the chat says it. Oh, Dr. Sherman got so angry when SCP-999 was hurt that his eyes went black and he had powers. Yeah, like I believe that. You saw nothing. And as a time check, we have 10 minutes left in today's stream. 10 minutes remaining. Rebel Commander, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a cheese Danish on your way past the commissary. Pardon. What did Steampunk Sherman do? I need to know. Do I have a steampunk variant? Sounds pretty cool. Haven't met that one. Probably has some sick fashion sense, though. Dr. Golden, thank you for donating again to say, the man who put images of 096 has been terminated. Very good. Thank you. What if you put two shy guys in a room and forced them to look at each other? What would happen? Intern Technofish. They already know how ugly they are. They're not going to get mad at their own reflection or their own double. Only if people outside the 096 influence sphere see them. They're not going to fight each other, unfortunately. Or fortunately, because that would be a hot mess. Rebel Commander, thank you for donating again to say, Cognito Hazard, you mentioned he did something to you. Maybe amnestics are a hell of a drug, but I have no idea what you're talking about. When was this? When was the steampunk Dr. Sherman interaction? Frickin' amnestics, man. I forgot the number, but what if you use the camera where if you delete the photo, the person dies on 682/096? Intern Rex, do we have an anomaly like that? I'm not familiar with it. If I can find the number, I can see if it's been tested. SCP, camera, delete, photo, kill you. 7122. Is that it? Nikon used to photograph a person. Said files can be viewed. Metadata's weird. When the file is deleted, deleting the metadata will not result in the subject's death. Deletion will result in the immediate termination of the subject in the picture. Okay, well, that is a great weapon for an assassin. Jeez. All right, well, 7122 is rather new by comparison of anomalies that have been tried to test SCP-682. So let's see if 682 has made it to the 7122 test yet. Control F, 7122. Here we go. 7122 was tested. Let's see what we've got. Tissue samples photographed using SCP-7122. The photograph was deleted. No effect was observed. That's not a good sign. Attempt 1. Subject was photographed using 7122. Photograph was deleted. Over the course of less than 5 seconds, subject underwent and healed from over 1,500 different forms of physical mutilation and various other fatal incidents, including combustion, disembowelment, cardiac arrest, data expunge, 4th-degree burns, data expunge, and unprecedented skull trauma. to the subject's brain expanding. Ooh, the skull exploded because the brain blew up. After 5 seconds, subject's brain rapidly expanded in size to constitute over 60% of the subject's body mass, completely destroying the skull and rendering the subject immobile. Neuroscan showed the subject had ceased all life function. D-class were sent in the chamber to collect the body. Upon making physical contact, the subject's brain exploded with great force, killing all personnel. Subject then regenerated 2 separate brains, one attached to one half of the subject's nerve system. Subject appeared confused, attempted to breach, and failed, both due to its brains acting of their own accord. So with 2 brains, it was fighting itself. It then turned into 2 different 682s, one of which died, and the other one ate it and resuscitated. Subject was photographed again, and the metadata was erased. Subject ceased all motor functions, nearly, except for the eyes, which began looking around frantically. For 3 hours, subject did not show any changes. D-class were sent in the chamber to collect the subject. Personnel sent to the chamber appear to get attacked and mauled by an unseen entity. Test 3. A cat and 682 were both in there. We swapped the metadata, so 682 became docile like a cat, and the cat became sapient and aggressive. The cat was contained with ease after detecting nearby researchers and attempted to maul them. 682 adopted the behavior of a standard house cat and became conveniently tameable and docile. For 2 weeks this happened. During this time, 682 was observed to gradually regain previous memories and intelligence. The cat did not show any changes in behavior and had to be euthanized. So, we ended test given the results of test 3. Because we were going the next test, attempt 4, was going to be to put 682 in the body of a D class. But I don't see why that would be any different than putting it in the body of a cat. So I think the researchers were stupid to even attempt that. But wow, yes, 7122 has had some very thorough testing with interesting results. Not successful, mind you, but interesting. Thank you for asking that question. I'd never heard of 7122. We all learned something today. And there's a lot more to that document, so go give it a read. Dr. Golden, thank you for donating again to say, the Foundation's main enemy isn't the Chaos Insurgency, it's OSHA. Well, the budget certainly agrees with you. A reminder, just because we do not answer to OSHA does not mean that we disrespect what they want us to do. We have our own version of OSHA because we don't answer to OSHA, but we still have to have less violations. Dr. Sherman, do you approve the new SCP articles? Intern Fishy, the SCP community as a whole approves the new SCP articles by voting on them up or down when they are written. And so I do approve of many of the new articles when I upvote them, but I'm not the only one in approval. It's a community effort. Junior researcher Sally! Long time no see. Hope you've been doing well. Thank you for your membership of 10 months as a level 1 researcher. We appreciate your membership and your service. Exams are over. I'm half back. Well, welcome to that half of you. Reminder, despite being busy, junior researcher Sally is working on a litany of custom SCP Foundation emotes for the members of the Site42 chat. And to unlock the maximum amount of emotes that YouTube will allow us, they paywall the emotes behind how many members you have. We need 5,000 green names on the channel to unlock the maximum amount of emojis, which means if you guys become green names, then we will have a litany of new emotes courtesy of junior researcher Sally. Queer Elf Thing, thank you for sending a flow state to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure that they will vibe very well in the flow state today. Rebel Commander, thank you for donating again to say, movie's only 35.4K only. This is the most important SCP Kickstarter. You're damn right it is. We cannot have an SCP Foundation movie if the community does not support it. And so we have to go to that Kickstarter, which is linked in the chat link that is pinned. It's linked in the bottom of this description. SCP Containment Breach the movie in theaters, but only if everyone donates, only if everyone shares. Even $1. Remember, we have 1 million subscribers on Site 42. They only want $1 million. They don't want a $5 million budget. They're only asking for $125K for the next 10 minutes. But we want $450 to $750 for the full movie, 90 minutes. $750 is the highest quality version. And if everyone donates $1, we get that with ease. So do it! Wait, Sherman's going to be in a movie? Junior Researcher Sally, you have been out of town, so let me show you, and since we're at the end of stream anyways. SCP Containment Breach the movie is currently in Kickstarter. Let's watch the trailer.
Facility takeover.
Esteemed guests, friends of the Foundation, beloved colleagues, humanity's greatest threat is not downstairs. It's right here in this room with us. And it'll kill you, it'll kill you, it'll kill you. Hopefully, it'll kill me.
Attention, all people on site now, please enter the containment chamber.
And so, we need to share this. We need to make fan art. We need to share it online with the hashtag SCP the movie. And yes, it has been announced. I will be on screen as Dr. Sherman in the movie if it succeeds. So let's get this going, people. Donate $1. More if you can, but a single dollar. Everybody donates a single dollar. We are already funded. So let's make this happen, people. If you want an SCP movie in theaters, this is the way. Share it everywhere. Make fan art. Make memes. Make clips and edits. Share it on social media. Hashtag SCP the movie. Spread it far and wide. Dr. Golden, thank you for donating again to say, can we get a Swiss banker hooked on SCP? If only. If only. And make sure you're following Keter Labs on YouTube, Twitter. I believe they're on Threads, Instagram, TikTok. Keter Labs is the name of the group making it. Good blokes. And remember, in case you saw something there that you didn't like, A, Dr. Bright's not in the movie. That's supposed to be Dr. Elias Shaw, and when I informed them that the amulet is not right, they're replacing Shaw completely. So Shaw's not going to be in the movie. Bright's not in the movie. It's fine. They didn't know. They thought Shaw could use the amulet. They didn't know better. Furthermore, even if this movie doesn't look exactly what you want it to be, we get it made, and more people will want to make SCP movies. It will mean that future movies could be made, make it to theaters, have investors, and that people will make a movie closer to what you like. If we don't support this movie, people are going to keep seeing SCP as a failure and will not support or invest in it. This is our shot, people. These guys can do it. We need to take our shot at it. Will 035 be in the movie? Yes, 035 is in Containment Breach the game, will be in Containment Breach the movie. By the way, we did an interview, a long-form video here on the channel last week. Watch the interview for more questions, including what SCPs are in it. Will Markiplier be in it? If we can get Markiplier in it, it would be cool. Markiplier said no to making the movie because he didn't understand the question because he didn't watch the video asking him to be in the movie. So we have to find a way to tell Markiplier, hey, we want you in the movie, not to make the movie. Yeah, give us a cameo. Hang out. We respect your gifts to the SCP community with Containment Breach the game, and we want to honor you by having you in the movie. Okay, it is the end of stream. And as we do at the end of stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs, but I'm not going to tell you my favorites are the ones I wrote. That's narcissism. We're not going to do that. But you can read the SCPs I wrote on my author page on the SCP database. There you can see the SCPs I wrote, contributed voice lines to, stuff like that. And if you go to my author page, one tab over, you'll find a list of links. Links that people are often asking about in chat. But then when I tell them where the links are, like right now, they don't think to look because they're not clever enough. But not you, Containment Hazard Assessment Team. You're the clever ones. You'll find those links, I guarantee it. And when you do, you'll also have the option to become a Patreon patron or YouTube channel member to support us monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi or YouTube Super Chat to support us one at a time. Either way, when you do that, you are helping out myself as well as the rest of the Site 42 staff. Desk, Agent Goose, Synth the Editor, all of the pets of interest and all that, and we all greatly appreciate your efforts in helping us to signal boost the SCP community. Also, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, make fan art, clips, memes, edits, etc. if you can't donate very much, because then you are a member of Mobile Task Force Sci 42, coding the signal boosters. And you do that for us at Site 42 and also for the SCP projects we support. The SCP Wiki and its authors and artists. The SCP filmmakers like Keter Labs. The game devs, merch makers, podcasters, animators. The more we support the SCP community, the bigger projects that can be made. And that's the money team, that's the engagement team. We need it all. We need to run the algorithms. Hashtag SCP the movie right now. And now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-0J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one, it's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999304308 read. So, Site 42 staff, has been another Fan Art Friday, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. Hope you had fun. Hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. Death doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes. And we keep living anyway. We rise and we fall and we break and we make our mistakes. And if there's a reason I'm still alive, when everyone who loves me has died, I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. The credit song is Wait For It from the musical Hamilton. Be safe, be well, Site 42 staff, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream.